it's pretty intense right now. Um, it feels like all this imbalance and all this negativity is like trying to prevent the upliftment, and it's like right on the precipice. And um, you guys know that I deal in my clientele. I deal with people who are unbalanced in some way or another, physically, emotionally, mentally, and they're trying to balance out. It's pretty intense with the clientele. And I know it sounds gloom and doom, but so many people are still on autopilot and they still think they're programmed to think it's about feeling good. I had this person on my social media page who's desperate. She's reaching out and she's saying she's so depressed, she can't handle it, she's suffering. So I reached out, I made a point of reaching out and saying, it's not yours. It's the macrocosm, it's the whole world. You're feeling all of the world in your body, it's too much. And the next thing I knew, she was writing a post and attacking me for saying that. So I guess she's respected what I've said in the past, but because I didn't give her the sympathy that she was um, seeking, she started attacking me and saying I was unkind or whatever. But you can't indulge everyone in this negativity anymore. It's just not possible. I mean, at one point you have to like address the incredible selfish entitlement of what they're doing. Granted, on the other side of the world, there's a whole country fighting for its existence. It wants to, the factions want to destroy it. There's a whole million people who are being starved into genocide. And if you think that we don't feel that in our bodies, then you're naive. You might as well still believe in the Easter Bunny. But all of that pain and anguish is filtering through our own physical atoms, and we're feeling it. And when someone is depressed, I'm like, thank goodness you are alive enough to feel depressed. I worry about the people who are so apathetic that they're going about their days and just like feeling nothing, or just going around the cycle of, oh yeah, it's a holiday. What's the next one? What's the next fix? And they're running their years through these dangling carrots of another thing to look forward to. I mean, I don't mean to sound gloomy and stuff, but has anybody been feeling the heaviness of this world? Anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, like yesterday, I was listening to music and it was this, I forget what song, but it was this like lullaby for kids and I was sobbing and just sobbing for hours and I could feel like releasing for the kids, releasing for the war. So it felt good because I felt like I was going there and helping, but it's like
Yeah.
I was sobbing and it took everything from me. But so it's like, yeah, that's the reality of that stuff is going on. And it's like you might feel crappy, but it's like you have to at least address it and try to help in any way you can instead of ignoring it and being in denial.
Yes, or the option three is to make it about you. And it's like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, me. That's a way to like suck it all into the microcosm, and it doesn't do any good for anybody. So the more people can do things that they love and in love, and more of that, the more we can jumpstart higher consciousness. And it doesn't mean being around people like Cindy, you do it with your animals. And when you're with talking with your animals and you're validating their needs and loving on them and treating them as the beings that they are. I mean, how beautiful is that? And nobody will ever know that except what we know of you, right? And Michelle, when you're doing your creativity, when you're doing your projects and you're alone with yourself, supposedly alone, but you could do that for hours and you just fuel yourself in doing that. That's fueling this creativity in the world. That is, the world is desperate for that creativity. So to hold space for the vibration of creativity is amazing.
I think that conversation in the beginning of this dialogue was really important. And as you were saying those things, I was kind of thinking, okay, but what can people do, right? So people, a broad part of the collective is feeling this chaos. And it's like, okay, what do you do? And I think the response that I found the most helpful is that a lot of people, particularly those that are spiritually awakening, they're looking for, a really sophisticated and esoteric solution to a very complex problem. And to me, I find it not particularly helpful to have more and more esoteric understandings of what the issue is. But there's something that you said that's really simple, and that is uh, outflow. Do things within your purpose and actively pursue it so that you are active in your mind and in your physical activity, and do it in a way, whatever it is that you're doing, do things that contribute and add to the collective. And that's a simple thing to do. You don't have to over mentalize it. You don't have to intellectualize it. The SFT tapping, I think, is a very powerful thing that you can do to keep your mind active. It's a physical thing. You keep your mind active, but while you're doing it, you're also connecting to higher consciousness. That's a simple thing that you can do. And so, I think what's really useful for people, that is very helpful for people, is very simple, tangible things that they can do so that they're not then buffeted by, the chaos. And I feel really sorry for people that are lost. And what I mean by that is that they don't have a sense of purpose. They don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it. And a lot of retirees, when they go into retirement, find themselves lost because what they're losing is the daily activity of, their job. And so if you can find your purpose, make it your job, find joy in the work that you're doing, keep your mind active on your purpose and through the physical activity of what you're doing, doesn't matter what it is, I think you're on a winner. And you don't have to search for esoteric things. To me, it's all about clarity of purpose, pursuit of that, do it in a way that uplifts the collective. You're on a winning formula.